Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please and thank you. I just went out to watch the movie, the Whitney Houston biopic, I Want to Dance with Somebody. I couldn't wait. Like everybody else was very curious about this film. I did a couple of videos a while back when they were getting ready. They were in the planning process of the movie and everything. And a lot of people was looking forward to seeing this film. I was looking forward to seeing it because I was curious as to um, how they was going to do the film, if it was going to actually be a real biopic. And because they attempted to do a couple of other ones and they just didn't get on the mark. They didn't hit the target. So my thought was it better be good. A lot of people uh, were were really skeptical. I can't say that word. Originally, because the actress that Naomi Aki um, that played her, I think that's her name. Um, they people were concerned because of the fact that they didn't think that she looked like Whitney Houston. Matter of fact, a lot of people were saying that she looked more like Brandy, and I thought she looked like Brandy too. She does favor, when you really look at her, she does favor Brandy. Maybe she'll be able to play in Brandy's biopic one day too. But she does favor Brandy a lot. And so a lot of people were saying that she didn't look like Whitney. They were very skeptical about the film. They didn't know if how she was going to do because they were just based it solely on her looks. And I know some things about acting because I took some acting classes back in high school. I did a couple of plays. Um, I used to be into theater and stuff like that, and I've studied acting a little bit. And one thing I know about acting is that the character does not have to look exactly, if you're doing a person is playing someone in a biopic type situation, they don't exactly have to look exactly like the actor that they're playing, about the character that they're trying to portray. You're not, then realistically, you're not going to find anyone that looks exactly like Whitney and can totally, completely act like her too, unless it's her clone or something. So they said that she was the best out of a lot of, they auditioned a lot of women for the role, and they thought that she was the best. And but a lot of people were going by how she looked. They were initially going by how she looked, and my thought was, well, people need to give her a chance, because like I said, my little bit experience in acting, and I just know that you don't have to look exactly in a biopic type situation. You don't have to look exactly like Angela Bassett didn't look exactly like Tina Turner, you know, when she played Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It, but she nailed it. She did an excellent job in it. You know what I mean? Everybody, a lot of people can touch and agree on that Angela Bassett did an excellent job in What's Love Got to Do with It. And she don't look really, she didn't look anything like Tina Turner. So the person, let's get that straight right off the bat. The person doesn't have to look exactly like the person that the star that they're trying to portray in a biopic type situation. So let's get that straight off the bat. But I was a little late too. Me and my son went. I was waiting on him to pick me up. We were little late getting to the film. We caught the very last show. Um, and matter of fact, we were the only two people in the theater. I loved it. I felt so special. I felt like I was getting a private viewing. But hit me up in the comment section if you've seen the movie, and let me know what happened in the very beginning of the film, because I missed the very beginning of it because we was late. So I came in on the part where her and Robin was together and stuff like that. That's the part that I came in on. Well, her being a teenager and singing at the club with her mom, Sissy, and her parents, little interaction with her parents, and what was going on between her and Robin in the beginning. That's the part that I came in on. But hit me up in the comment section if you've seen the movie. Enlighten me and let me know what happened in the very beginning of the movie because my son was late picking me up and I missed it. I told him I was doing a review of the film, so I hate that I missed the very beginning of it. Anyway, the movie was 2 hours and 26 minutes long, and I have to say, I was really anticipating this film. I was a little skeptical at first too, because I thought it was going to be really hard for them to really, really, really get a good, really good biopic of Whitney and really, really nail it, you know. But I have to say that they did an excellent job on this film. That's the way a biopic is supposed to be filmed because the other ones they tried to attempt, they didn't hit the mark, you know. That is the way the biopic is supposed to be filmed. They took it back to when she was a teenager and she was singing with her mom in the club, and then they own up from there. So that's how a biopic is supposed to be done. We need to know about the beginning. They didn't have to take us too far back, you know, but just far enough to where you get a little bit of history on the star, the entertainer that the person is portraying, so we can get some history. So I thought that was excellent how they went back to that time. And they went back to when she, you know, Clive listened to her in the club and at Sweetwater's. There was a club called Sweetwater's that she used to sing with her mom, Sissy. They portrayed that part with Clive listened to her for the first time and his reaction and stuff like that. I have to say the actress that played Whitney in this movie did an excellent job. She nailed it. You may not think she looks like her, but she nailed her. She nailed it. Had her mannerisms down and everything. You know, I watched a lot of Whitney documentaries. I watched a lot of Whitney's performances because I love watching Whitney sing live. I think that she sounded much better live than she did on record. You know, she is one of the rare artists that can sing the same song, and every time she sing it, she make it sound different every time. There's a lot of artists that can't do that. She is one of the rare artists that can take the same song and each time she sing it, she put a little extra twist on it and make it sound different. And so that was one of the things that I really loved about Whitney. I thought that she was a really, really great live singer because some artists, they sound better on record than they do live. And that's what I look for. I look for how do they sound live? You know, I want to know how they sound without uh, the auto tune or whatever it is, or the fancy bells and whistles that they have in the recording studio. I want to know how the artist sounds live. I want to hear their real voice. So that's what I look for. And Whitney, in my opinion, is one of the best live singers out there. She's one of the best. She's up there with Anita Baker, and I was a huge Anita Baker fan. She's up there with Anita Baker, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle. I mean, she's up there with some of the greats. She's up there with some of the greats as far as live singing. Ugh, I mean, she's one of the best as far as I'm concerned. So I watched a lot of her live singing, from concerts and things like that, and award shows and stuff like that. And I watched a lot of her interviews, and so I kind of was very pretty familiar with Whitney's mannerisms and stuff like that. And this actress, I must say, this actress nailed her mannerisms, particularly when she was singing and all that. Whitney, they did use, me and my son were a little bit confused at first because we didn't know if that was her singing. I said, that's her singing. She sound good. We didn't know if that was her singing in the beginning or it was somebody else for Whitney. But they said that 98% of the songs that was in the movie Whitney was, they got them from Whitney's original voice, and she basically lip synced. but that actress did an excellent job lip syncing. She, like I said, when Whitney performed, as far as her mannerisms and everything, when she performed and everything like that, she had that down packed. I mean, I thought this actress that played her, Naomi, I thought that this actress played her, did an excellent job. She nailed her. You kind of forgot that she didn't completely look like Whitney, but because she nailed the performance. I mean, she really, really nailed it. I thought that she had her mannerisms down and everything. She captured the emotion of the different phases of Whitney's life that they covered in this film. She captured the emotions and everything. She just did an excellent job, because that was all the things that I was going to be looking for. And in my opinion, I thought she nailed it. And I read some other. I didn't want to look at no other reviews, or I didn't want to look at too much about it as far as other reviews and stuff like that before I had the opportunity to watch it. But I was reading some blogs on Facebook, and a lot of people were saying that they loved the movie. So that actress Naomi, she did a beautiful job. I have to go on record saying that she nailed it. She nailed it. She definitely nailed that performance. Um, and the lady that played Tamara Tooney, that played Sissy Houston, she used to be big on channel CBS soap operas back in the day. She played on. I remember her from As the World Turns, and she played in the movie Devil's Advocate, and she was on Law and Order. Tamara Tooney, um, she did an excellent job playing Sissy. Nailed Sissy. Um, I thought she did an excellent job. I wouldn't she's not someone that I probably would have picked to play that part if I was looking for the someone, but she nailed it. She nailed it. She nailed Sissy Houston. She nailed it. Had her down pat. Nailed it. Stanley Tucci that played Clive Davis. Oh man. If you listen to some of Clive Davis's interviews and how he talks and everything like that, he nailed it. He sounds just like Clive Davis. He sound like him. I mean, for a minute there, I forgot that I was looking at an actor there for a minute. I mean, he nailed him, because I seen somebody else play Clive Davis in another film. Maybe it's another one of the Whitney biopics, and I thought that actor did a really good job. And I was like, maybe they should have got that actor, but Stanley Tucci nailed it. He nailed Clive Davis in this movie. I mean, he nailed it. He did an excellent job. I mean, it's a perv job. So I thought he did really well as Clive. Um, Tamir Tooney did an excellent job with his playing Sissy. The young man that played Bobby, Ashton Sanders, I was a little disappointed. I have to say I was a little disappointed in the actor that played Bobby Brown. I was hoping that they would get the young man that played Bobby in he played Bobby twice in the Bobby biopic, and the New Edition. Um, Woody. I can't remember his last name. Woody. Woody. His name's Woody. To me, in my opinion, he's the best Bobby Brown. you know, I really, really wish they could have gotten him to play Bobby in this movie. The young man that played him, I was a little disappointed. I must say, I was a little disappointed. I didn't think when they showed the part at the awards when they first met, when he got booed, they showed him performing, and I thought it was kind of weak, to be honest. I thought that when they showed Bobby, I know that they didn't really want to highlight that part, but I thought that when they showed Bobby performing, he should have been stronger in that aspect, because Bobby was on 10 at that time. His career was on 10 at that time. So, and he was young and full of piss and vinegar, and he was jumping all over that stage. And so when they showed that little, they didn't show much of it, But when they showed that little performance at the Soul Train Music Awards in '89, where she got booed, that's where she met Bobby Brown. He didn't have the energy. The little part you seen, he didn't have that. He didn't display the energy, and I just thought that they could have picked a better actor if they couldn't get Woody for the character of Bobby Brown. They could have got someone else that was a little bit stronger. A little. I just didn't think that he was a strong enough actor to really carry it out to what I was looking for, as far as the Bobby Brown character. But oh well, is what it is. It's my opinion. Let me know in the comment section if you feel a little different. The guy that played her father was Clark Peters. That played her father. What's her father's name? Give me a minute; it'll come to me. He, um, I just to me I thought he looked like James Brown. I said, well, he looks more like James Brown than her father, but he did a good job. He did a good job playing him. I mean, he did a good job playing her father. I thought he did okay. I thought he did a good job. I think he did a good job. It's just that you know, I don't know. I guess I was expecting someone different. The guy that they was gonna get to play her father. I guess I was expecting someone a little different. But I think he did a good job. I think he did a good job. He did. He did a decent job. I think I've seen him in something else, but I'm not familiar. He's not too. Excuse me. He's not too familiar with me. I don't know. I think I might have seen him in something else, but I thought he did a good job. But yeah, but all in all, the young lady that played, I didn't get her name. The young lady that played Robin, um, she did all right. I thought she did good. I thought she did a good job. I mean, I was expecting somebody a little different for Robin, but I don't know. Somebody a little bit more prettier. Not nothing against that actress there. Um, I don't know. I was I was expecting somebody a little different for the part of Robin, but she did okay. She did okay. If the performance wasn't bad, but she did okay in my opinion. Okay, she did okay. But Naomi that played Whitney, she did an excellent job. Excellent. They didn't really they really didn't highlight her relationship with her brothers in the movie. They didn't show a lot of her they the movie was 2 hours and 26 minutes. I would have liked to seen a little bit more. Um but the movie was over 2 hours. Um so it's only so much you can cram in 2 hours and 26 minutes. So I thought with what little time that they had, the movie did flow well, for the time that they had, because I know you can only cram so much in that time frame. But I mean, I wish they could have showed a little bit more, but like I said, you can only cram so much in 2 hours and 26 minutes. So, but I thought, with what they had, it flowed well. And then in the end of the movie, where they didn't actually film her accident, what caused her death and everything. But they filmed her in the hotel room. But then they cut back to when she did an earlier performance, and like kind of like she was reminiscing. So I thought that was good how they did that. They didn't show her accident and everything, and I thought that was tastefully done because we didn't need to see that. I thought that was good that they left it out the movie because we didn't really need to see that. Because we all know what happened, and I don't know about you guys, but it makes me sad every time I was glad that they didn't show that part because that I probably would have been in tears. So I thought that was they just filmed her sitting in the hotel, and then they cut back to a performance that she did earlier before that. So I thought that was tastefully done. I liked the way they did that. And then that was the end of the film, and then they showed They did show her performing on Oprah. They showed her. They didn't show the interview, but they showed her performing. She nailed that part. She nailed it. She nailed as far as the performance um, when she did her performances. The actress did the performances of Whitney. She nailed it. I mean, she had the mannerisms down and the lip syncing was down pat. I mean, she nailed the performance. I mean, she nailed it every time. I just thought that Naomi act like she did an excellent job. I let me know in the comment section what you think. If you've seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, I should have said it in the beginning of the video. I wouldn't recommend that you watch the video if you haven't seen it. But let me know if you've seen the movie and what you think of the actress that played Whitney. I thought she nailed it. But they didn't disappoint. In my opinion, I was very, like everybody else, I was a little skeptical at first because a couple of other biopics that they did on Whitney, I was very disappointed. They did one on Lifetime, and that was more of a Whitney Bobby pick, And then I think they tried to attempt to do another one, and I just wasn't impressed. So I'm like, okay, they don't need to look. I hope they don't waste my time. I hope they don't waste my time, and I go in and see this movie and it's no good. But I thought that they nailed it. They did an excellent job. They took us back to the beginning of when she first started and signed her contract and all that. They kind of highlighted her relationship with Clive Davis and stuff like that. And I like that. I like that they kind of highlighted that. But like I said, they didn't have her brothers. They didn't really highlight the relationship that she had with her brothers, and then the relationship that she had with Pat Houston. They didn't highlight that either. So it was just some things that, like I said, they can only cram so much in 2 hours and 26 minutes. But I thought it was excellent. I thought it was well done. It flowed well with what we've seen. It flowed really well, and I thought the actress really nailed me. Actually, she did an excellent job. She nailed it. So all in all, my overall opinion of the movie is excellent. I thought that they did a good job. I didn't feel like my time was wasted. I was glued to the screen from the time I got there to the time I left. And, they start showing pictures and stuff at the end and everything like that. So I said, well, let me get up out of here before I start crying. But yeah, we was the only two people because we caught the very last show. And so we was the only two people in the theater. So I just thought, so I felt so special. I felt like I was getting a private viewing. So yeah, I man, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the movie. I thought it was a great movie. I highly recommend you guys, if you're Whitney Houston fans or you want to see a good Whitney biopic. I highly recommend that you go see the movie. If you've already seen it, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you thought the actress did a good job. Um, I thought after the movie, I said now they can let Whitney officially rest now. Now they got this biopic out. They don't have to do any more of her because they nailed it in this one. And so I think now they can officially let Whitney rest in peace. I think they can officially let her rest in peace now, which they're not. They're going to keep trying to make money off of her. You know how that goes. But I don't think that any more biopics need to be done of her after this. I think this biopic pretty much nailed it. So, like I say, hit me up in the comment section if you've seen the movie. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. And I just wanted to, I was waiting on for me to see it. So I had to come on here and let y'all know what I thought about the movie. So, hit me up in the comment section. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like, and that share. And until the next video, peace and love.